Howdy, folks. How are you? Welcome back.
Hey, Combo. Hey, Combo. How you doing? We got Chucky here. We got Betty Bet.
Yeah. You know, after 50 plus episodes, I hope you're getting used to us and liking us better these days.
Yeah.
This jovial gentleman here is Dr.
Marc.
And I am Elmer. And we are
Marc and Elmer's PSI Piano C Investigations.
Yes. And we are here to amuse you, entertain you, and inform you.
Cool.
If you are liking our shows, please go down below, comment, like, and subscribe. Tell your friends and neighbors all about us, okay? And if you are born today, you share the same birthday as Jean-Philippe Rameau, 1683, French composer, theorist, and organist.
Yeah.
You also share the same birthday as Dmitri Shostakovich, 1906,
Big
Soviet
man.
composer. And Glenn Gould of Canada,
No way.
1932,
He was
Canadian
born today?
pianist. He was born today.
Wow.
So,
Libra. They're all
Yes.
Libras.
yeah, they're wonderful. Oh my! Did we do a segment on Rameau? I think we did.
Long time ago, you think?
Yeah.
Was it Rameau?
I think it was Rameau. I'm pretty sure. I know I brought in his textbook on harmony and theory. I know I did. I brought that in. It was that thick a book. I had picked it up over at.
That's right. That's
So,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm having a moment now. Who's the other Louis XIV composer who wrote the great operas? That wasn't Rameau, though.
No.
It was who's the guy that killed himself with his
Lully.
Jean-Baptiste
Yeah,
Lully.
Jean-Baptiste Lully.
That
Yes.
guy wrote some great stuff.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. And well, before we move on,
So did
you know,
Rameau.
Yeah.
Rameau was very important as a theorist and all that.
oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah.
A lot of good stuff came out of France.
Yeah.
Still does.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Okay, before we move on, you know what time this is?
Uh-oh. Is it hat?
Yes, you know what time? I hope so.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
no.
Yes.
It's magic
All right.
juice, so to
So-
speak.
All right, we'll do this in the style of I don't know what you'd call it. I guess English theater,
Uh-oh.
masterpiece theater.
Okay.
You know, with who was it? Orson Welles.
Vincent Price, actually.
Who was it?
Wasn't Vincent Price? No, that was Mystery Theater.
Yeah.
No, that English dude. I know.
John Gielgud.
No,
No, not
there was
John.
another guy. I can't think of his name.
Okay.
He had big white hair like me.
Yeah. I thought it was Orson Welles. Richard Attenborough. No, not Richard Attenborough.
We called it Masterpiece Theater over here, right?
Yeah, we did.
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go with it.
You can
All right.
imitate him, and I tell him who you're imitating.
All right. Nigel! Yes, Your Grace. He says, I can't see myself. What in God's name have we done to our piano? He says, well, I'll fix it, Your Grace. He says, I brought this. All right, how does that work, Your Grace? Oh, Nigel, you're a miracle worker. I can see myself. He says, why, thank you, Your Grace. He says, oh, thanks to you, Nigel. Well done, Nigel. Get yours now. It is Corey piano polish. I never leave home without it. And for all the antiques out there, here is Guardsman Revitalizing Natural Lemon Oil. There it is. This was the last bottle on the shelf when I picked it up. So, how was that? I got a big laugh out of Laura in the episode.
Yeah, I heard that.
What is it? Alistair Cook. That's right. Couldn't remember the guy's
Do you
name.
know who else has done it since then?
Oh.
I was surprised. Alan Cumming. You know who that is?
Alan Cumming.
Alan Cumming, the Scottish dude.
Oh, yes, I've seen him before.
And then a woman named Rebecca Eaton. I know her name, but Laura Linney. You know Laura
Linney.
the American actress?
Yes, I know Laura Linney.
She apparently
Yeah.
has done it as well.
Yeah. Last time I saw her was on
You know,
Ramblin' Rose, I
I
think.
used to watch a lot of PBS.
PBS, yeah.
Of course, now it's, well, I guess it's still existing where it can. But, I mean, there was only, 4 stations, right? There was CBS, NBC, ABC,
Yeah.
which didn't show up until the mid to late 60s, right? ABC.
Somewhere, and you had UHF.
And then
You could.
PBS started
Mhm.
after they passed the Corporation for Public Broadcasting money in the 70s. It was early 70s. And I saw some wonderful things on PBS.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I can never find it, but they did a series which was about Chopin.
They
and
did.
And George Sand. And it was ongoing. I mean, it was a number of shows, but it was about their relationship together. And then when they went to Spain, and Mallorca, and came back and kind of split up, but they still knew each other and everything. But it talked about partially, apparently, what drove him apart was he was a bit supportive of the kids, especially the daughter, who kind of wanted to be her own lady. And surprisingly, the mother said, "No, you will not behave that way." Although she dressed up in men's clothes and smoked cigars and was,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But Chopin took the daughter's side, and that kind of caused some issues.
Yeah.
But it was also interesting to see kind of, so to speak, who wore the pants in that relationship.
Yeah.
It was clearly the lady, if you
Yeah.
could call her that. But I remember that, and Derek Jacobi, who I saw for the very first time, the great English actor,
Yeah.
in I, Claudius.
Claudius. Oh, there you go.
That was, I mean, I'm nuts for history, I always have been.
Yeah.
I thought that was so well done. Of course, I forget the author's name, he's very famous, but he plays a little bit. I mean, let's put it this way, he put some creativity into it.
Oh, yeah, he did.
But nonetheless, the characters, I think, were true to what we've heard about him and so forth. But Tiberius was a dangerous guy. Wow. But there's a whole bunch of things. And then, what was it called? Mystery Theater? The Vincent Price.
Vincent Price, yeah.
Mike, you know, I'm going to shut up after this so that you can talk. But I got into Vincent Price just recently because we watched the movie Laura. Do you know the movie
Laura? Yeah.
It's not Laura. I think it's Laura. It is Laura. L-A-R-A. Or is it Laura?
I know it's
L-A-U-R-A.
Okay.
Yeah. With Gene Tierney.
Uh-huh.
Clifton Webb.
Yeah.
And Vincent Price. And I was just thinking about Vincent Price. I mean, you know, no, I'm not even going to talk about it. But Vincent Price was an incredibly busy actor.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Oh,
very
my
much
God.
so.
You know, and how he got started, though. He went to Yale. He got a bachelor's degree in art history.
Whoa.
You know,
I could see him doing that.
and all that kind of stuff, you know. And then he got out, and then somehow he got involved in radio and acting and some stuff like that. And then it just took off. You know, and everybody that thinks of Vincent Price as an older guy, you know, Dr. Fives and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He was very tall and very debonair and very considered, very handsome leading man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was big time. I forget how many.
He's very big time.
Hundreds of roles that he played.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Last Man on Earth and
that was great.
The Fly.
That one's that for me. That's a bucket list film. That's a great one. The whole black and white film.
Yeah.
Made in the early '60s or something.
I would
like that.
imagine. So.
About the time I was born or something.
Yeah.
And it's really, I mean, let's put it this way, especially when we went to England and did those horror shows, they're kind of campy. You know, you know. What was it called? They're called Hammer films, right?
The Hammer films, yeah. The Hammer collection.
But Last Man on Earth, That's a disturbing film.
It's a very disturbing.
Because there's been this kind of plaguey-like thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
People turn into zombies, right?
Mm-hmm.
They eat people, right? And he lives by himself in his house. He's a very bright guy. He's kind of figured things out.
Yeah.
He takes in a lady who desperately needs rescuing and helps her.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a chilling film in terms of what he has to do and what happens and everything. I also think that one shows him off as a really good,
great actor.
because he's, I mean, most of the film is him
Mm-hmm.
and zombies
Yeah.
and the lady that shows up
Yeah.
for a while. And he carries it well.
Oh yeah.
So I got a little story about him now.
Okay.
I'll shut up after
Sure.
this. Unfortunately, I was in my junior year at high school in
All right.
Springfield, because this happened in my junior year. Senior year of high school, if you're a senior, you could take Calvin Vance's humanities class. And it was only for the more advanced and kind of gifted students that were into that kind of thing, you know. So we studied painting and literature and poetry and all kinds of stuff, photography and everything. It was a course in humanities where he really taught philosophy. I remember the very first thing he ever taught us, we went in, and he had that big old roller map on his blackboard, and he had beautiful handwriting on the chalkboard. I've never seen anybody that such gorgeous handwriting. And he let it go up, and it was Socrates.
Yeah.
The unexamined life is not worth living.
Ooh.
That was the very first thing he ever showed us in the class. The unexamined life is not worth living. I still have my notebook from that class out there in the shed with all of my notes from that class in it.
Wow.
I wrote down all the quotations that he'd write up on the board and stuff we talked about. The year before that, I was in, I can't quite remember her name now, but the English teacher whose classroom was one down. Now these classrooms were on the side of the building, not the front entrance of the high school, but the parking lot was out there. And it was afternoon class, and right in the middle of the afternoon, she went along and pulled and closed all the blinds and the windows shut in the middle of the afternoon. Turned on the lights, and they're probably. It was kind of like, what's up with this? And she said, "Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Just focus on our lesson and everything." Well, what had happened was in Springfield. Springfield, like all of us from Springfield know, the history of Springfield that we love and remember is most of the time up here. Because Springfield has a tendency to raise, and I don't mean R-A-I-S-E, I mean R-E-Z, which means flatten it.
Oh.
They get rid of stuff, you know? Nothing prettier than a parking lot, right? So my dad and lots of people in Springfield had a magnificent downtown. You know, that city at one time was considered as one of the possible capitals of the state of Ohio. But it was too successful business-wise, and they always wanted to keep government and business separate. So anyway, come the 70s, God, it wasn't. The 70s were a dismal time. I mean, there was probably, what do they call that dancing they did with John Travolta, crap like that. If that was the highlight of the age, I mean, the 70s people was pretty abysmal.
Yeah.
I mean, there were, some people might say some advances were made, but society had kind of fractured considerably. Although I would say the blacks started to make some achievements. I mean, Martin Luther King being killed, and so was Malcolm X, and out of that, they finally got some, you know, freedom. They actually had that congressional committee that re-looked at the Kennedy assassination. Came out with some interesting things. Stonewall had happened in '69, so the gay rights movement had started to get some good, you know, coverage and stuff. And Harvey Milk, you know, was big out in California. So there's a lot of things going on, but it's just that society was just not stable in any kind of way, you know. It affected everything. I mean, men in suits went to that, you know, flighty hair and the open collars and the bell-bottom pants and stuff, and let's put it this way, the intellectual bunch, you know, symphony and things like that. Academia took a hit too, you know.
It did take a beating. I think I believe it was a sort of a pretty rough time for everybody.
Yeah.
Anybody that wanted to escape it could go into a disco, get drunk or drugged up, and just live some moments of decadence for a while
put it this
to get
way.
away from reality.
If you want to see what the 70s was like, this is a big reason why Ronald Reagan and the New Republicans was elected in 1980. Because he promised to bring America back to its greatness. Remember the advertisements with the what do you call those big machines out in the farm fields?
The John Deere's or the Reapers?
Yeah. Be like three massive ones going along with each other, getting the corn and putting it in, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what they promised, you know, and I think effectively what they did to some extent.
Yeah.
But that's how wild they were. Well, anyway, Springfield, and I imagine this happened in Findlay probably to some extent too.
Yeah, to some extent.
Leveled the main square downtown.
Yeah.
Buildings that had been there since back in the 19th century. And where I'd taken my piano lessons with Mrs. Greenwald up above the Majestic Theater Room, where the old Woolworths had been that Jonathan Winters had liked to still go to when he come back to Springfield, visit his mom.
Wow.
It was all gone. And then they built this modern downtown city hall kind of thing. Very, 1980s modern. And then they got a big sculpture, which is a big, huge ball. I think it's metal or something, but it's huge, And it was a big deal because they were dedicating this, Basically, what had happened in the 70s was that the Cleveland Mafia, which was, cleaned up his act, had built the Springfield Upper Valley Mall way outside the city, way outside. I mean, you had to drive. But it was like going to Disney or something, because you had all the stores and the theaters, and it was the only thing to do and to go to, because they literally picked up all the businesses in Springfield and moved them out to this county road, way out of town. Now, the city's caught up with everything. Actually, the mall's closed, and they've done other things. But the important part of the story was Vincent Price was very devoted to art, and he and his wife had collected a huge collection of art, and then they gave a bunch of it away to some different collections and museums and in universities and stuff, and he spoke for it and everything. I mean, he made a lot of money in his career, and the things that he was interested in besides his movie business was art, because remember he had that bachelor's degree from Yale, and he was very influential. I think he even, for a period of time, in association with the White House, created a reproduction art collection that was sold through Sears Roebuck. That was, a means for people to be educated and cultured and have nice representations of things on their walls. And it was sponsored by some well-meaning thing coming out of the White House. Well, he's also into cooking as well, big time. I didn't know that. He's a gourmet and all that. Well, what I discovered is that he and his wife published several cookbooks. And when I finally said I was going to shut up, I'm going to shut up. Once I shut up and you're talking, I'm going to go get them so I can show people. But anyway, so that story about her closing the blinds and the windows in the English class was because at the dedication of, I forget its name, but this big sculpture, and it's got some kind of great historical philosophical name. It's just like a big reddish brown blackish ball. I think there's a fountain out there too and all that stuff. But I don't know how it came about, but Vincent Price was at the dedication in Springfield. I mean, I think he's from Virginia originally, maybe. But
wow, with that voice.
But anyway, he was in Springfield. And Calvin Vance, my very good friend and teacher in high school and thereafter, he was a French teacher and a humanities teacher.
Okay.
He was talking to him at a party afterwards.
Wow.
And they were talking about it. And he said, well, I love what you're doing and what you represent and all that. I teach a class in the high school in humanities. And we, discuss these various things like that. Vincent Price perked up and he said, I would love to visit your class. Really?
Really?
And he said, sure, I'd be happy to talk to the students about the arts and things like that.
Oh my.
And so this is why the windows were closed, because at some point around 2 in the afternoon, or 1 in the afternoon, Vincent Price was driven over to the parking lot on the side of the school,
Yeah.
which would have been less flamboyant than walking
Yeah.
in the front door, right?
Yeah.
So he came in one of the side doors and just straight down the hall to Mr. Vance's room. And so they closed the windows right there. All the faculty knew about it. And of course the office did. But they wanted to keep it hush-hush because he said, I don't want to create a huge furor and a big, all that kind of thing. But I'd be happy to come and talk to your class. So those lucky little munkers.
Oh, you weren't there?
I was not until the next year.
Oh,
I was one
that's
class
so
down in
painful.
an English class. And I mean, they really controlled it. You weren't. Somebody stood in front of the door where the glass was. You could look out.
So
the
you didn't
hallway.
even know even prior to that?
We no, but
You
we
didn't
heard
know?
after.
Oh,
Heard after. But he came and he lectured and talked with Calvin Vance's class at Springfield North High School. That would have been 79.
Oh,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 78 or 79 because 79, 80 I was in my senior year there. But I really came to really be amazed at the man, what he did. And, we all knew him because he was still doing his stuff as an older dude with Mystery Theater and that kind of thing. And we'd seen some of the movies, the Hammer films and stuff. I had no idea until I, saw other things. I mean, his film career went back to the 30s, definitely the 40s, and he was tall. He was like 6'4" and very dashing, with the mustache and it came naturally from his family. They were a rather genteel bunch. But anyway, so you go ahead and talk. Now, I took that way off the tracks like I always do.
Just a little. But Vincent Price, I have some childhood memories about that. But my most memorable moment about Vincent Price was watching a show called The Hilarious House of Frankenstein.
Oh, no.
I was just a kid. I think I must have been like 10, maybe 12 years old. And it was a kid's show. It was after school. You came home, running home from school, and you turned on the TV set at 4 o'clock.
This was a standing show?
Yeah, it was a standing show on weekdays for kids, Monday through Friday. You got to watch it. And Vincent Price was in the opening, the opening introduction. You saw this darkness, and all of a sudden there's this thunder and lightning and whoosh, and the storm going on. And you saw this castle in the darkness, and then you hear his voice, his iconic voice. Come when the sun don't shine, to the hilarious house of Frankenstein.
So he did the intro every show?
And then you heard this maniacal laugh come out of him. It was just crazy.
So he recorded the introduction.
He recorded the introduction, but he was not in the show itself.
He
But
just did.
he just did the instruction. You saw, the rather transparent face in the darkness with a lightning going this way and rain and stuff. And then he did the closing.
Wow.
And he did the closing. And the closing was, he says something, yada, yada, yada. He says, well, come back again, friends. Next time, don't come alone. It says at the end.
The guy,
He blows out the candle, I think.
I mean, when you think about it, I remember a Route 66 episode.
Yes.
Route 66.
666.
They were somewhere out in the southwestern desert, and there was a situation, a conference of something like that going on at a hotel out in Vegas, or it wasn't Vegas per se, but it was somewhere, a bit remote actually. But Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi,
Oh,
and
gee.
Peter Lorre.
Cushing. Oh, Lori.
Peter Lorre. We're all in the film.
Oh my.
And they end up putting on their outfits and stuff in order to scare the staff and things at the hotel or something. And Todd and Buzz play along with it and do some stuff. It's great.
Oh my.
It's a little sad when the horror stars, especially,
Mhm.
one might say, descend
Mhm.
to that stage of parody and, you know. I mean, I think in a way, because in a way, I know what Vincent Price is doing in that case.
Yeah.
He was totally big into education and everything
Yeah.
and stuff. And I mean, in some ways, it's incredible the career the guy had. But when it comes down to it, in our time,
Uh-huh.
I mean, we know who Bela Lugosi and
Yeah.
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 But was there any face or voice that was more associated with spookiness than Vincent Price?
Yeah.
And he played a character in the original Batman television series, didn't he?
Oh,
Remember?
in the original Batman
Did he do
series.
one of those called Egghead or something like that? It was kind of, he didn't last. He wasn't as big as some of them, but
No.
I think he played a character in Batman.
He may have, but it may have been only like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, well, he wasn't an original
Yeah.
villain. But I thought they brought him in. And
Let's see. Cesar Romero was the Joker.
Yeah, and Burgess Meredith was Penguin.
Penguin.
Frank Ocean was
Was
the
the
Riddler.
Riddler.
Those are 3 big guys.
Yeah.
Oh, and
The
Catwoman.
Catwoman was like 2 ladies played her.
Yeah.
2 different ladies.
Well, wasn't one of them Julie Newmar?
I don't know. I can't
You know
remember
who
the
Julie
names.
Newmar was, right?
I don't know the Julie.
Julie Newmar. Okay, guys, bucket list. Look up Julie Newmar.
How you spell?
Newmar.
Julie Newmar.
She was definitely Catwoman in something. But, my God. There's a wonderful movie that, what's his name? Was it Patrick Dempsey? Right? The actor.
The actor, yeah, Patrick Dempsey. Yeah.
And
But he's a young fellow, though.
he was back when they did the film. He was young enough. When I'm talking about the guy that did with Demi Moore, Ghost.
Oh, that's Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze and the black guy, can't think of his name, but there's a wonderful, it's a film about drag queens from New York who do a road trip necessarily to go to California for the finals
And
of
Newmar's
this
in
big
it?
drag queen thing. Because the movie is called To Wong Fu with Love.
Oh!
Julie Newmar.
Yes, Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and
The
there's a
Spanish
third guy.
the Hispanic guy.
John Leguizamo?
Yes, Leguizamo.
Leguizamo?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Now I'm going to show you here. Okay. Oh, come on. And there we go. Here she is.
And she was in the movie.
There are only 2 images. Here. You can just. Oh, there she is.
What?
Well, just scroll up and down.
All right. Wow, pretty lady.
Next one is when she was a Batman.
Oh my gosh.
Remember her?
Yes, I do.
That got me moving towards puberty.
Holy moly.
She was in some Route 66.
2001,
episodes.
she can still fill the outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Holy moly.
What's amazing, because when they did that movie to Julie Newmar with
Who
Love,
turned 90 years old?
yeah,
That's 90? Holy
Yeah.
crap.
and she's not like doing crap. Plastic surgery.
No plastic surgery.
No. She was in the film. They actually showed her near the end of the film. She had just a cameo at the end of it. And she was like 80 at that point, and she was still just...
Stunning, huh?
I mean, she was 80 years old.
Yeah, but still.
But interestingly, a lovely and obviously gorgeous 80 years old.
Yeah.
But she wasn't trying to cover it up or nothing. She had white hair and had it all done out and everything. And the guys that were playing the drag queens just like bowed down to her.
Bow down to her? Wow.
Honey, we don't stand a chance.
That would do you are.
But I forget the Robin Williams was in the film.
Robin.
He
To
made-
Wong Fu?
Yeah,
Really?
To Wong Fu with Love. apparently Wong Fu or whatever. It was a kind of one of those famous older restaurants with all the wooden walls and everything, with photographs all over the place in New York City
Yeah.
of famous people.
Yeah.
And they were sitting at this. I think it was Patrick Swayze who did it. They were sitting in this corner booth, and her picture was right there on the wall, and it said and he said to the other guys, he said, "I've just had a revelation. You know, the great goddess herself, Julie Newmar, has deigned to be at our table, and I take this as a sign. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go to Los Angeles and do this thing." And he takes it and he puts it in his handbag.
Oh,
Takes a picture of the world, puts it in the handbag. And Robin Williams plays this kind of sleazy money guy that helps, people. And he gives them some money for something. Oh, no. They got train tickets, 2 of them, I think, to go, but there's 3 girls that are going to go. To go across the country. And he gives them money for the tickets. And so they go to this used car lot, and there's an old, like Biarritz kind of Cadillac, with the big tail fins and everything.
yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. It's there, but And then the guy's trying to sell him. He said, "Well, I can't guarantee this. He's gonna make it all the way across California." But he said, "No, this will put you over there." And it's like a gray period Japanese car, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're all dressed up in their outfits, and they go, form or fashion? Of course they end up in the Cadillac, It's a wonderful show. It's a beautiful, really wonderful show. I was surprised. And I was a little bit surprised about the whole thing because, I should put it this way, I don't think Wesley Snipes is gay. Even
No, I don't think Patrick Swayze
and I
was.
didn't think he was either.
John Leguizamo, though?
I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
But they do a magnificent job in the thing. And what's her name? I forget who's in it. The woman that they meet. They go to Kansas and they meet this little town. The car breaks down.
Yeah.
And they just have this impact on the people in that little town. And it's a wonderful show. Now, if it wasn't already a Broadway musical kind of thing, because there's no singing, but they do have some music. And of course, gay movie, dancing, right? But if they never did, I think it'd be a shame if somebody didn't turn it into a Broadway show, because it had all the trappings of wonderful story, heartwarming story. It's really. They go to this little hole in the wall in Kansas and have this transformative experiences. Everybody, the people live there, they themselves, they learn things about themselves. It's kind of the hero's journey kind of thing, where you end up in a situation where you have to learn some things before you move on. So anyway, I don't know if you want to film that, but
What is it? Oh,
these are the cookbooks. See what it says?
oh my gosh. Mary and Vincent Price's Come Into the Kitchen Cookbook, a collector's treasure of America's great recipes.
Yeah, and it goes from the early America before we won the war, right into what they considered modern times, which is the 60s.
Oh, this is theirs too?
And this little one is simply a reproduction of the first part of the big book with the same drawings and
look at the
everything.
pictures.
I didn't know that when I bought it, but it's just sweet
really
to have
nice.
it. You want to show them? So
I'll show 'em.
that's the little Vincent Price thing. But that's part of his
Vincent Price.
passion was cooking.
Doesn't have their name on the outside, but
The recipes are very accessible.
can't beat that. Here's the other book. Significantly bigger.
It's the same artist
cover.
who does the same kind of drawings on the inside and stuff, but it moves historically through different major periods of American history.
Very cool.
I collect books, period.
One of these days.
But I have a big cookbook collection.
Yes. Do you have any of your own recipes?
Well, yes.
Well, you should think about it,
I do.
because you just gave me a bright idea. We should have PSI, Marc and Elmer's recipe
Oh,
book.
cool. You could do your fried rice stuff.
Yeah, I could.
He's like Jesus turning the rocks into fish and loaves, right? Because when the kids were having issues and stuff a while back, he would make this huge monster wok full of fried rice.
It's just that when you've got 6 kids coming in, they wreck the place trying to look for food around the house, and then you come home from teaching and the pantry's dry, all gone. Everything's gone. You got to find you got to make something that's going to, make them not so hungry later for snacks.
Yeah.
So
I never had his food. Never tasted his cooking. Never been to his house. Never petted his doggy. Never played his piano.
Oh, well, you're in for a shock, Mark. You're in for a shock. You don't want to go there.
Well, I took us way off the tracks there.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it was good. The gift of the gab. It serves you well.
Thank you.
It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a good conversation about Vincent Price. That was great. And it all started with.
What do you remember?
It started with.
Alistair Cook.
Yeah, Alistair
and
Cook.
Mass
Oh yeah. It started off with this.
Yeah.
It started with this.
It.
Corey.
Yeah.
Wow. We went from that to this. Okay. Well, all right. Something I want to get off my chest.
Row.
It's not real. It's not real heavy, and it's not really, that big of issue. But it's interesting. Okay, so I'm playing the piano over at Bon Mar for a while, and a gentleman comes by, about 30-something years old, and he says, "My son can shred the piano better than that."
Yeah, right. Okay.
And I said, "Shred? Your son shreds?" He says, "Oh yeah, he can shred the crap out of a piano anytime." I said, "Oh, well," I said, "Good for him." And I just kept playing as time goes by. And eventually,
Literally?
yeah. And so, anyways, eventually I just, it was time for my break, so I go off my 15-minute break. And I come back 15 minutes later, and there's this big racket going on down on the piano.
Uh-oh.
And so I can guess who it was.
Yeah.
And it's some 15, 16-year-old kid banging the crap out of the piano.
Yeah.
And so, what am I supposed to do? I just go downstairs, and I just kind of stand there, waiting for him to finish. And Dad's going,
Well, they taking videos and stuff?
like this,
God.
And
These little phones have given everybody their 15 seconds of fame,
exactly.
Like what's his name talked about?
Yeah. But
Andy Warhol.
something unexpected happened. A local piano teacher came by. I won't mention their name because I didn't get permission to use their name. And she comes over. I just gave part of it away. Kim comes over.
So it's a lady piano teacher.
And she says, "Stop and desist, sir." And she shuts the lid on the piano, and the kid's like wondering what's going on. He said, and she basically, for the next 30 seconds, gave her 2 cents what playing the piano was about. And she was remarkably very articulate at the time, despite how red her face got.
Wow.
Because of, and I'll just say this, she is somewhat a reputable local teacher in the area. And like I said, she did give her 2 cents.
Good for her.
I applaud her. And if you're watching out there, ma'am, hats off to you.
It's refreshing to hear that because back in the day,
Yeah.
there were a lot of lady piano teachers like that.
Yeah.
Put the fear of God in people.
Oh gosh, yeah. And
And it seems like I'm happily surprised to hear that there's still folks like that around.
Yeah, she was definitely old school. She was definitely old school, and she was giving this kid and his father her 2 cents worth.
Well,
as far as
I hate some of the latest jargon that people are using, like to shred a piano.
I know.
Why would shredding anything be considered talent? Or, I mean, and it's connected with such bad meaning.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you shred documents? Well, because you're in trouble and you don't want to get found out, right?
Yeah.
And I know that they use this word. It's like, it's like, we're number one. We can beat the shit out of anybody. And it's like, why? Is that really what makes it the best or better? Just,
yes.
I mean, it's like bullies
It's
in high school or junior high, you know?
Yeah. Oh, we know about that.
All that kind of stuff. So you beat some kid up out there on the blacktop behind the school. That makes you bigger than the other guy. I mean, maybe in a post-apocalyptic reality.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm glad that she came along.
Yeah, she did come along and buy.
Oh, there's another one that I don't get.
What?
This word where they use drop. Somebody dropped, and what it means is that they've introduced a new product or a new something.
Oh.
Like one I saw, which is Lint, just dropped the newest, greatest flavor. And it's some kind of truffle chocolate thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't even look. But when I saw that word, and it still confuses me sometimes when I say it, I dropped it. In our day, dropping the ball was not a good thing.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, it's like fumbling, right? The guy's like just crossing into the end zone and the ball goes out of his arms. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
You know? But now it has a connotation. It's a brand new introduction to something happening.
Like the DJ saying, I want to drop a new track on you cats out there today. On your radar. Or drop a new track for you on your radar.
So I know that from my dad's time that there were changes in words, but I've actually gotten old enough now where the lingo, now there's certain things. Yeah. Like when I first came back to the United States, I left, I was in and out earlier on, but I really left when I went to Japan for 3 years, and then I came back briefly. I got my training in Chinese medicine, shiatsu, and then did a little music work, and then I left again in 2004 and was gone for 8 years. Mm-hmm. I remember it was probably during that time, well, I don't remember, it was when I was gone in Japan or when I came back. But I come back to the United States for a visit, and I asked this, so what are your business hours? And they said 24/7. It meant nothing to me. I didn't know what it meant.
24/7?
Yeah.
No clue. Wow.
Yeah. And, well, you know, I don't mean this, but just for example, a fag. Well, actually, I had 2 meanings, right? Yeah. My dad's generation. Yeah. But the way my dad meant it when he was using it was a cigarette. Yeah. You got a fag. Yeah. I don't know where that came from.
English terms.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. English.
Really?
Yeah. You heard...
Like British English?
Yeah.
You got a fag. It meant a single cigarette. Could you give me a fag? Yeah. Of course, it's a bad pejorative term for a homosexual person. But I guess they still use the term now. But, I mean, I'm getting to the point in my age where there's actually words and stuff. I had no idea what they mean because I'm not part of the... We don't get TV with commercials and stuff and all that. But not keeping track. I guess I'm getting to a certain point where I'm living in my semi-monastic reality with my books, my music, and what I learned and what I know. And I guess what we're conveying with our iceberg thing is a kind of a historical iceberg. We're trying to pass that information on in case anybody wants to remember.
Yeah. There you go.
We do not shred the piano on this show.
No, we do not.
Nor do even with the greatest virtuosos ever commend them for their shredding ability.
Yes.
That will never happen on this show.
No. I mean, I use the term rock stars, but
Yeah. Well, that's fair.
loosely.
Because who's the English director that did those movies about famous composers? He did Mahler.
Oh, Ken Russell?
Ken Russell.
Yeah, Ken Russell.
Yeah, and he tended to show them as
Rock stars.
rock stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Liszt.
Liszt, yeah. And Tchaikovsky. And who else was there? Was it Strauss? Or Mahler. It was Mahler.
Yeah, Mahler.
Mahler. Yeah.
That was like coming Jesus.
Yeah.
Second coming of Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. And funny,
Yeah.
that story about him when he was a child and his school principal asked him, so what would you like to be when you grow up? His answer was, at 7 years old, a martyr. 7 years old! A martyr.
Good for the boy.
Yeah, wonderful.
Poor man, his life was a little bit like that in some ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, the next topic. To do an encore after a recital.
Ooh.
Yes, to
Interesting
do recitals.
topics.
Yes, it's a fun topic. At least. Horowitz did them. Rubinstein does them, and I would imagine that it's still in fashion today to do encores.
Yuju Wang, I've seen where
Yuju Wang does. Okay, yeah, she does that Tritch Tratch polka.
Oh yeah.
Maybe throws in the Carmen Fantasy in there somewhere.
She does these pieces where they used to be tour de force, like unbelievable things of Georgia Schiffer or Horowitz,
Schiffer,
and
yeah.
something like that. And she just rattles them all.
Yes.
The woman is, I didn't know who she was when I came back to America, early 2000. Well, for 2012 I came back. And somebody mentioned it to me on Facebook. And, but she was an amazing child prodigy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then she ended up going to Curtis as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just sent you an article where she's going to join the Curtis
the
faculty
the Curtis faculty.
as a master class teacher.
It said artistic collaborator.
Yeah. So I think she can't be, or probably doesn't want to be a professor right now because it would tire her down too much.
Yeah.
But she's a busy girl.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, some of the things that she does, like the Trish Stretch Polka with Georgia Schiffer, nobody played that except him at one time.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I haven't heard her performance. There's a recording they put out of it, where she and that conductor of the Metropolitan and the Philadelphia Orchestra, French dude. He's a conductor of Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. They were dating for a while, weren't they?
No, he's gay. Very.
Oh, he is?
Very
Okay, sorry. Wrong.
But Nezet Seguin, I think, Nezet Seguin.
Okay.
He directs the Metropolitan as well, opera. But no, they did it at Carnegie Hall. And then she redid it, I think, with Gustavo Dudamel out in LA.
The Rachmaninoff Concerti?
For Concerti and the Rhapsody.
Yeah.
All in one evening.
Yeah. And she changed her dress each time.
Each time, yeah. That's a lot of music.
That's a lot of
stuff. And people actually said that they were lovely performances.
Yeah.
That they weren't, it wasn't just like this bombastic, cacophonous mess for,
Yeah.
it had to have been more than 3 hours.
Yeah, it had to.
Right? Because the third concerto is 40 minutes. 40
minutes, yeah.
Seconds, 35-ish.
Maybe closer to 20, I think.
And the first
20.
one? Really?
Yeah. The first one is the shortest, I think.
Yeah.
It's the shortest. Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah,
takes
sure.
it in a good space. It has a good pacing, and the cadences are not really that long. I mean, it was modeled after the Greek concerto.
Right.
So
you're talking about between 40, 80 minutes, plus the fourth concerto.
yeah, and plus, having to change her,
And then the Rhapsody.
they're tired.
But, I mean, that's a good 2 hours of music. I mean,
Yeah,
it's apparently recorded and everything, but what I did appreciate, at least when people reviewed it, they said, you know, it was very tastefully done and
Yeah.
nicely done. Because I've remarked at length about a Tchaikovsky competition winner.
Mhm.
It was very remarkable pianist and had a worthy career. Became a conductor as well. I have his complete recordings there on off on LP. But I've spoken about the fella. I just think he's a very Soviet Union, you know, steal and crash and burn kind of.
I think our viewers know who you're talking
I
about.
don't know if that's not right.
We know who he's talking about, right? If not, go back to
nothing
the
against
episodes.
pianism or what he was trying to do, but it doesn't speak to what I think of. Let's put it this way. He kind of shreds the piano.
He kind of
I
shreds.
think he kinda shreds.
He has his moments.
Yeah, of course.
Because
he
he's
does.
a pianist, he has
Of course
his
he does.
moments.
But I've made some videos. I've seen him playing some Chopin etudes. I said, come on, I think I played a play out. It sounds like machine gun fire, you know, it's just really hard stuff. He's not one of my favorites, clearly. But it's very interesting to think no one has ever done that.
Yeah.
All of Rachmaninoff's concerted works
Yeah, it's a
in
pin.
one evening.
Oh,
But in
well,
one
maybe
evening.
not in one evening. Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of pianist she is.
She's tireless.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, yeah, we were trying to talk about encores,
Oh yeah.
the art of the encores, and so maybe we'd call this a segment.
Cool.
You know, for right now. Okay, I don't know if we'll ever do it again, but
Okay.
at least just this one time. So, welcome to the premiere of this segment. It is called PSI's Coming Back for More.
You really want to hear me listen? Do
Do what you want with it. Do what you want with
Coming back.
it. Coming back.
Hey, Laura!
Yeah. He was just kidding. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he was just kidding.
Sorry. What was that? 10 seconds?
Oh, that's 7.
7. Okay,
We're good.
All right, we're
good.
good. Okay, so here
Oh.
I brought in this book. I picked this up a long time ago.
It's a Shermer, but a very
It is a
fancy
Shermer,
one,
a
isn't
very fancy one.
it? Yeah.
It is a compilation of encores
No way.
of the great pianists. They were compiled by Raymond Leventhal.
Leventhal.
Okay,
He
and
himself a great pianist.
he himself a great pianist. He was a great advocate of encores, and in it he writes a full essay here on the art of the encore.
Oh,
Here, I'll let you look at that. But it's a pretty neat cover here.
very nice.
So, some of you youngins out there who don't know who
74.
Raymond Leventhal is, born the year 1926, passed away in 1988. He studied with Olga Samaroff at the Juilliard School of Music. He is specialized in particular the 19th century music. He is very well known for his recordings of Alkan. He released 2 albums on Alkan. He has also recorded the concerto by Hensel.
Mm-hmm.
He's also performed works by Thalberg and Charvenka. I owned a couple of vinyl recordings of his. One of them, I seem to recall, one of them had Saint-Saëns' The Swan, arranged by Godofsky. But of particular interest was a recording of Franz Liszt's Toten Tanz. And it must have been a much earlier version of it, because it had some special additions and coda or cadenzas in it that I've never heard from any other recording, not in modern day recordings. It even involved a gong at the end, a gong, as if, doom has finally arrived, the day of wrath. So, but it's a very interesting recording, and in particular, is the cover. He's standing tall inside of a particular tourist attraction in Italy. I believe this was Orcagna, Italy, what was known as Orcagna, Italy, and he's standing in front of this large mural painting which was done by some famous Italian artist called Dies Irae. It was a painting. And you've got these demons and angels, coming over to collect souls and stuff. And he's standing there with this long black cloak, and he's like this, And so, but yeah, he's quite the pianist. But anyways, in this book, he talks about the different encores, and in particular, he even adds one of his own compositions. It's a toccata alla Scarlatti. It's in a quick 5/8, and I doubt it. It's probably very difficult to find at this point. It might be on IMSLP if you want to look it up. It's a toccata alla Scarlatti, and it follows all the Scarlatti mannerisms. The 1+1+2 phrase balancing and the structures, but yet it remains very toccata-like and modern harmony and melodically. So, but in it, you're going to find just about everything. There's, I believe it has the Echo 6 by Beethoven, arranged by Busoni. It also has the Schumann Tausig arrangement of the Bandit, El Contrabandista, something like that. It also has one of Mettner's fairy tales. But here, let me read a little bit of it for you. Encores, in one particular paragraph. He says, in examining a large quantity of encores that have been successful over the years, one observes that they have certain things in common. They are either surprising, charming, amusing, astonishing, or touching, or any combination of these things. And then it continues. They are never too long or intellectual, and the one prime rule is they must never be boring. Wow. He continues on, and he says, perhaps, though, the following comments may be helpful. The old adage regarding the bride's outfit can be very well applied to encore choice. He has in quotes, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
You have?
Oh, it's very common.
Something old, something new, something
borrowed, something blue. Yeah, my wife, Robin, she made sure she had all those things done when she got married.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, women are very superstitious about that. It's an old superstition.
It's a superstition thing.
But they take it seriously. Women do especially.
Wow, I should ask Kathy about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, anyways, in this case, something old, a charming piece from a bygone era, maybe something Baroque, right? Something new. He says here, care must be exercised that new means pleasingly new. For encore time, this is no time for beating too vigorously the drum of avant-gardism. Something borrowed refers to transcriptions of music not originally written for the piano. Okay? Something blue will, in this case, have to be construed colloquially.
I mean, common speech.
Okay. As meaning something sad or nostalgic. Of course, if this formula is adopted, the order of items had better be changed for adequate contrast. Old, new, blue, borrowed do not rhyme, but they make much better sense program-wise. The audience is sent home in an elated and festive mood with an exciting, brilliant piece still ringing in its ears. Okay. Now, in this preface, his essay, it talks about a time during this. Well, let me start off. This book was published in 1975. Okay, and I think since the advent of programming, radio programming, and how accessible classical music is on the internet, I think some people, a lot of people, who attend these concerts at least understand music. Okay, so I venture to say that reading some of this essay, I wouldn't say really. I mean, very few audiences actually can relate to something about this essay. I think a lot of more educated pianists and audiences have heard piano music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it talks about, let me see, what do we have here? Beethoven's Polonaise, Opus 89. I never thought that could be a encore. Have you played it?
Yeah, I learned it.
You did?
Yeah. I've got that Henley book of all of Beethoven's other stuff.
Yeah.
But it does include the bagatelles and some important ones in there like that.
Okay.
But it's got all those WOO pieces, Verco and Opus.
Opus?
That he never actually published in many cases. But the Polonaise is a big one in there. And it's an interesting work because it's kind of a free-form thing. And some of the pieces give you a clear insight as to what Beethoven was famous for, improvisation.
Yeah.
And this is one of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alexander Borgen's Scherzo. I could imagine it's probably from the Petite Suite for piano. Here we have Ferruccio Busoni's arrangement of Turandot's Frauengemach.
It's Greensleeves.
It's Greensleeves. Yeah, I see that. Apparently, he used it in his opera.
Yeah.
So.
Dr. Faustus.
No,
Turandot.
Yeah. Cécile Chaminade, Autrefois, Other Days. Lucio Clementi's Finale from Sonata in B flat, Opus 47, number 2. And here we even have an etude in A flat by Czerny. Let's see.
Octaves.
Yeah, in octaves. According to this, it was one of Joseph Wiegen's specialties.
I never heard it, but I would love to hear him play it.
Oh, yeah. It says here, Levine, who was famous for his octaves, used to play this vivacious little study. It is about time that the music of Czerny should be reinvestigated. This extraordinarily industrious and prolific man, he produced 1,000 opus numbers, many containing upwards of 100 pieces each, plus countless unnumbered works, in all forms except opera. Turned out music at an incredible speed. The best of it is well worth playing. And here's one, Leo Delibes. It's Passe-Pied from La Roi Le Deep, a highly pleasing little dance in quasi-antique style by a master of dance. Gabrilowitsch played this one. Interesting. Again, Leo Delibes, Pizzicati. That's the Pizzicato polka from Sylvia. And apparently it's an arrangement by Giuseppe? Wow.
Raphael Giuseppe.
Raphael Giuseppe. He was a great pianist, a pupil of Liszt and Tausig, and a teacher of Rosenthal. Wow. He was born in Hungary, but he was one of the really first important European pianists to spend most of his life in the United States. His transcription is very brilliant and clever and gives an idea of what his pianism must have been like. Alt Vienne by Leopold Godowsky. I think that work is from his collection called Tricatamaran or something like that. Percy Granger's Shepherd's Hay. That's a good one. Okay. I don't know how to say that in Spanish, but it's the Maiden and the Nightingale from Goyescas.
Yeah.
Enrique
Granados. Yeah, I played that. I first learned it as the song.
Yeah.
With Emily Bullock singing it, and then I discovered recording of Arthur Rubinstein, having played it, and I learned it. It's a beautiful piece, very effective. I've got a YouTube video that I made the video of.
Yeah, you played it.
Where I played that piece. Yeah. The Maiden and the Nightingale.
Yeah. Edvard Griegs, By the Cradle. It's one from his collection of lyric pieces. David Guillen, I think we did a segment on him a while back. I
Mhm.
think it's one of our earliest ones.
Yeah.
David Guillen. It's Turkey in a Straw for piano.
Yeah.
That should be a fun
Does it
one.
say who played that?
This is a wonderful
Was it
tradition. He was a pupil of Godofsky, it says.
Yeah. He married his daughter.
Oh, Percy Granger.
Percy Granger played it.
Yeah. It was David Saperton.
David Saperton. Now you're right.
David Saperton married
Yes,
the daughter.
he's married the daughter.
Typically, Percy Granger appreciated its ruggedly folksy character and often played it. So, there's Granger. Strangely enough, if you go on YouTube, there's an interview with David Guillen. He must have died back in the 70s, I think. So he lived a good long time. And apparently he became known as the man who wrote Home on the Range.
But he did.
But he did.
No.
But he became known as the man who wrote Home on the Range because he had written,
The arrangement.
he wrote an arrangement of it for voice and piano.
Oh.
And it used to be on recitals very often. And
Was it Stephen Foster's piece?
I don't
Home on
know.
the Range?
I don't think it was Stephen Foster.
He didn't write it? I'll have to look it up.
But anyways, the interview is quite compelling because he sits there and the interviewer is asking him a bunch of these questions about Home on the Range, and he says, contrary to belief, he says, I did not write that song. He says, I did write, he says, what he did was he did write an arrangement for voice and piano. What he doesn't like about it is, people will play the work and arrange it for a big band and voice, and they just mess with it and jazz it up. And he says they should just play it simply. And so at that point, he goes to the piano and he sings and accompanies himself at the piano. And it's quite moving. I mean, he had a good voice. Daniel E. Kelly, composer of Home on the Range.
He and an otolaryngologist, Dr. Brewster Higley, wrote the song. It was the state song of Kansas, has been, since 1947. They were both Kansans.
Wow.
So there you go.
Wonderful.
Scholarship brought to you from PSI.
Yes. I love that. That's great. Should use it more often.
Yeah.
Theodore Lechetitsky, an arabesque in the form of an etude. Opus 45, number 1. I wonder if there's more in that opus.
Oh, he wrote tons of stuff.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is I played one of his nocturnes of mine during the COVID year when I did the concerts. You mentioned that about doing a nocturne stuff. Yeah, I have a huge collection of those.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought about that.
Lechetitsky was a heck of a... I mean, his music is good. I wouldn't say it's... I wouldn't say it like cuts its way up to the very top of the iceberg. But it's like, in a way, a lot of the music writing, I don't mean to put this in the wrong way, like with Sanson, for example. Great stuff.
Yeah.
And he wrote buttloads of it. But, and some is, very charming and really interesting.
Yeah.
Somehow it doesn't have the drawing or staying power of
Yeah.
certain compositions, But this is like Lechetitsky. And what's always amazing anyway is the man was such a busy teacher.
Yeah.
For years.
Oh, yeah.
Decades. Where did they find the time to write music? And as much as there is,
Yeah.
if you look him up on the IMSLP, there's quite a lot of stuff.
Wow.
I don't get it.
Misha Levitsky,
Yeah.
another one who was quite prolific in the Elysian Encore area. Arabesque Valsante. There's a recording of that on that Keyboard Giants vinyl recording.
Oh, yeah?
With him playing it.
Yeah.
It has sort of a...
Yeah, he was, for a period of time, quite a well-known concert artist, Misha Levitsky.
Yeah. I won't say it. But anyways, let's see. Franz Liszt, Volso Blade, number 1.
Oublié, yep.
Oublié?
Oublié. Horowitz did that one, for example.
Yeah.
Ba-bum.
Yes.
Ba-bum.
And once again, Nicholas Metner's Fairy Tale, Opus 34, number 2. Here's one. Felix Mendelssohn, The Joyous Peasant, Opus 102, number 5, songs about words. And Moritz Marszkowski, The Juggleress, Opus 52, number 4.
Jongleurs, yeah.
Yeah. That's one that George Bollett played at his Carnegie Hall concert. It sort of feels, I'll tell you what, I've dabbled with it once or twice.
Yeah.
It feels like Food Filet by Liszt.
Yeah.
Particularly things when he's jumping from one part of the piano to the other. And here's another one, Moritz Marszkowski's Etude in F, another Horowitz special.
Yep.
Here's one, a Busoni arrangement of Mozart's Serenade from Don Giovanni. Earl Wild says that there's an arrangement of this work by, help me out, I think it's Bachhaus, well-known Bachhaus.
Really?
Yeah, he says it's interesting to note.
What's the word?
It's the Serenade from Don Giovanni.
Oh, by Mozart.
Yeah, by Mozart,
Busoni.
arranged by Busoni.
Huh.
And he says it's interesting to note, Busoni, who seems Italian, his music sounds more German, but Bachhaus, who is German, his arrangement sounds more Italian.
Okay.
Here's an interesting piece. Isidore Philippe. He wrote a Fou Filet. It says here, not a very difficult piece, and it's dedicated to the famous Brazilian pianist, Guilherme Novaes. I have a recording of that one.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's one. Sergei Prokofiev, The March from the Love of Three Oranges. It's apparently it was one of Arthur Rubinstein's frequent encores. You'll recognize the theme from some of you who are of our generation will remember it as the theme from Dragnet.
Ah.
Remember Dragnet?
Yeah, very much so.
Only the facts, man. Just the facts.
Yep.
Joachim Raff, La Fileuse, The Spinner. Here's two we get from Robert Schumann. A Nocturne, Opus 23, number 4, and a Romance from Opus 28, number 2. Oh, and your pieces are here. The Schumann List Widmung. Shostakovich, we just mentioned his birthday today. The polka from L'Âge d'Or, The Age of Gold. His humorously piece is known as is a piece of the wrong note variety. It used to be very popular in the 40s and 50s. It's still be when played with style. Shura Cherkassky gives an inimitable performance of it. Interesting. I have a children's arrangement of it from John Shaw.
Really?
Yeah, so yeah, it's curious. Wow. Bedřich Smetana gets a mention in here from the polka, Opus 7. And it contains an introduction and ending by Liszt. So he decided to put a stamp on it. Carl Maria von Weber, a Momento Capriccioso, Opus 12. Wow. That's a work that's hardly ever performed. There is a movie. Oh gosh, help me out. I can't remember the name of the movie. It had Elizabeth Taylor. She's a piano student at a music school. She falls in love with a violinist. The violinist winds up embarking on a world career and dumps her. And so there's a fellow pianist that falls in love with her. All the piano playing in that movie is done by Claudio Arrau. And he plays this in the movie. And it's interesting to note, and the young pianist in the movie makes his debut with the orchestra. He's playing the Rachmaninoff second. The only time you'll probably ever hear Claudio Arrau playing Rachmaninoff second. So it's called Encores of the Great Pianists. Great pianists. Yeah, it's a very good book. It's not a very lengthy essay.
It's not Raymond. It's Jerome.
It's Raymond.
It is Raymond.
It is Raymond. So it's it starts off with an introduction for the preface and his essay, Art of the Encore. So yeah, it's a significantly good compilation. Now, with that being said, talking about encores, I brought in a couple CDs here. This is a CD of the gold medal winner of the 9th International Piano Competition, Van Cliburn Competition, in 1993. The winner then was Simone Pedroni, Italian.
Is this the box stuff? And what is he playing?
He's playing Pictures at Exhibition,
Oh, okay.
the Sonata Number 2 B-flat minor Rachmaninoff, 1931, and the Paul Hindemith 1922 Suite for piano. Let me show this to you, folks. Here it is. Yeah, gold medal winner. This was the 9th Van Cliburn competition was the first competition where they lifted all repertoire requirements. So all the pianists, all they had to do was go in with their guns firing and become, more imaginative with their programming. Interestingly enough, this was the competition Frederick Schuh was in. Frederick Schuh entered the competition using completely piano transcriptions. All of it was piano transcriptions. He did the Prokofiev transcriptions. I think he even did the Schultz-Evler transcription of the Blue Danube. I think he even threw in some Godowsky in there. And interestingly enough, he composed a couple transcriptions of his own, 2 movements from the Prokofiev's Lieutenant Kijé Suite. It was the Romance movement and the Trepak, I think. Trepak? Yeah.
Mussorgsky?
No, Prokofiev is from Lieutenant Kijé.
Oh.
So, and they were both done well. They were both done very well. I was hoping he would make it to at least the finals. Frederick Schuh did make it past the semifinals.
He's a great pianist.
Nonetheless, he does have a world career. Interestingly enough, this is also the same competition of one Eduardus Halim. And at the time, this pianist was studying with Horowitz. That's mine. So anyways, I bring this up. He was a gold medal winner. Today, last I heard of him, he is now conducting his own orchestra in Italy. And it's mostly a pops orchestra. He did release a CD, it's a very hard to find CD, but in it are arrangements of music from the Harry Potter movies. And he's got a couple, arrangements he did from the movie on solo piano. And of course, you can expect all the brilliance of his piano playing on that CD. Now, even more rare than that CD, I found this CD in the clearance section at Half Price Books years ago. And it's called Encores. Look at that baby face. He must have been only like 16. I'll bring it to you up there. Simone Pedroni. I think this was before he competed at the Van Cliburn. I'm sure he was doing competitions quite often before that.
He looks a little bit like Joel on Northern Exposure. The guy that plays the doctor.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit. I don't know. This on this CD, let me tell you what's on there. Okay, it's a whole list of encores, There's 14 in all. The first track is Sibelius, the Valse Triste, Opus 44. We usually hear that one for orchestra. Second track, Rachmaninoff Moment Musicale, Opus 16, number 4, which is a real barnstormer. The Wagner List, the Liebestod from Tristan and Isolde. I'm going to step on a limb here. It's one of the best recordings I've heard by this guy, the Liebestod. Then the next few tracks, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks are all Chopin pieces. There's a Waltz in A flat, Mazurka in F minor, another Mazurka in C sharp minor, the Heroic Polonaise, and the Nocturne in B major. Another encore here, the Schubert Moment Musicale in F minor. We all know it. So he does the Scarlatti Sonata, also in F minor. Rachmaninoff Polichinelle. Prokofiev March from the Love of Three Oranges. Haha, Dragnet. Interestingly enough, he plays the Musette by Bach. Yeah, that one. It's only 2 pages long. Number 14, the final track, is the posthumous variation number 4 from the Etude Symphonique, 1835 version.
Huh.
That closes the whole entire encore program. It's interesting to note, Leventhal says in his essay, pianists like Hoffman and others, probably not Rachmaninoff, would spend a whole hour after their recital program doing encores. A whole hour. He does mention Schnabel, who didn't do encores, because there was the problem of whether, the aesthetics about whether to do encores or not, and how many and how long. So Schnabel apparently just didn't want to deal with the issue, just said no encores, and that was it.
There was that famous time when Sarakin was 18 years old or something, or less than that.
Yeah.
And made his debut in, was it a Mozart concerto or something? I forget what it was.
I can't remember.
He played a concerto with the orchestra, Germany. And then his teacher was backstage, and he was making a joke. But the audience kept applauding, and he said, "Should I play an encore?" "Yeah, play an encore." And so he slapped him on the back and said, "Play the Brahms Handel variations." He was joking, And being the guy with the glasses, very studious guy, he went out and started to play it and played it. Yeah. There was only a handful of people still in the audience and on stage, so the musicians stayed to listen to the whole thing. But that was too long, probably boring for people.
Yeah,
things like that.
Yeah,
I played encores in general. Yeah, but you got to keep them short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet. Yeah, Horowitz used to do the usual. He'd walk out on stage and he'd hold out 4 fingers like that to show everybody he will play 4 encores.
Yeah.
Rubinstein, in his usual gentlemanly manner, would walk out and he'd sit down and he'd turn to his audience and actually tell them what he was going to play.
Yeah.
I thought that was really classy.
That's what I used to always do. You have to take the seat and then you talk.
Yeah.
So, but I probably got that from him, I suppose.
Yeah.
Horowitz never talked.
No,
I think Horowitz never addressed the audience.
Oh,
verbally.
No, he wouldn't. He's too nervous for that.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice book.
Yeah,
that book, you take good care of that.
Yeah.
It's out of stock, out of print. I looked it up. I put it as a wish list thing on Thrift Books, but right now it is available from somebody on Amazon for $145.
$145 for that book? Wow.
You got your little treasure.
Yes, I did. Yes. thankful I did find it. Yeah.
So now it's interesting because you know Valery Kuleshov at all?
Yes, I do. He's one of my heroes. I love that guy.
Well, it's interesting because Simon Petron, he follows these competitions big time. And he knows the pianist more that way than I do. But I know actually the bronze medal winner the most.
Oh, Christopher Taylor?
Christopher Taylor.
Yeah.
Because he ended up taking over Howard's position. Now, which is which? At both Madison and in Boulder, there are great, famous American pianists there that won competitions. Is Taylor at Madison, or did he go to Boulder?
I don't know. There's two Christophers, too. There was Christopher Taylor, took bronze, and there's also a Christopher O'Reilly.
Yeah, it was O'Reilly. O'Reilly, I think, was the pianist who ended up taking the artist position at Madison. And Christopher Taylor, I think, is on the faculty out of Boulder, which means he probably took Larry Graham's position. Larry Graham had been a winner of Queen Elizabeth of Belgium. Well, no, he's some kind of a winner. I definitely got the audience prize here. But I don't know the Pedroni fellow.
Yeah, you don't know. Okay, well, yeah, he's.
But it's an impressive program.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Pictures of an Exhibition, Second Sonata.
Rachmaninoff.
It's probably the
1931.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Hindemith.
The Hindemith, 1922 Suite. That's how I was first introduced to that work. Was this recording of that?
There's nothing light about any of this.
No, there's nothing.
But big pianos.
Yeah, but remember, these are the highlights of the whole competition he competed in. So there's no telling what else he performed.
Well, it's interesting. I read about what they had them do. They had to do 2 one-hour concert programs. Then they still had the chamber music requirement, those tracks. And then they had 2 concerti, one for a smaller orchestra and one for full orchestra, which usually probably meant Mozart and one of the big boys.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, Valery Kuleshov. Yeah, he was one of my favorite. I was rooting for him back then. I thought for sure he was going to win, but he was the first one to play the Carmen variations at a competition. Interestingly enough,
which version?
Which version?
4 of them.
Well, yeah, there's well, he kind of used
number 2 is the most famous.
Yeah, but he sort of combined them all. So he used because he used a different coda at the end. It had more this rather than octaves. Yeah, I mean it's crazy. I mean it was almost the same coda as the one Horowitz used when he played at the White House for Jimmy Carter. So that would have been like 1975, 76, 76.
He was president 76 to 80.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was maybe around 78.
Yeah, well, I remember him giving some speech after during the Olympics when the hockey team here took gold and had beaten the Soviets in the final game. But yeah, that was Valery Kuleshov. His favorite encores. Let's see. I saw him live over Ohio Wesleyan. When I heard he was playing at Ohio Wesleyan, I rushed to go grab tickets for that one. He did
up in Delaware.
In Delaware, he played at the Great Chapel Auditorium. He opened with the Mozart Fantasy in C minor, the one, bom, 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 bom. Yeah, that one. And then he followed it with the Sonata in F major, Herschel 332. And then it was Chopin's Etudes Opus 10, all 12, to close the first half. And then the second half, he opened up with the Saint-Saëns Liszt Horowitz arrangement of Danse Macabre. And then he did 2 Petrarch sonnets by Liszt I think one of them was the really popular one, the one that was in D flat major. I can't remember that one. And then he closed the whole evening with, well, he closed the program with the Norma Fantasy.
Oh, all right.
And then after that came the encores.
Hmm.
He did the dialogues by Tchaikovsky, and then he did La Campanella, but there was some added additions in it. There was a cadenza in it that was just uncanny. It was so bell-like. You have to hear it. I mean, it's not. I mean, I know it's not one of your favorite works. But just to hear the bell effects in that cadenza that he throws in is uncanny how he did it. And then he closed then he was done after he did the Carmen variations. After that, and it was funny because he started off with the and right away you heard squeals out of the audience. Left and right, they all knew what the people who were pianists knew exactly what that work was. I mean, the gasps. I mean, really, it was.
So back in '93, so it's been 30 years. So he's still performing and doing stuff?
He's still performing. As a matter of fact,
is he out of Russia, or did he?
As a matter of fact, he is out of Russia.
He still is.
He's out of Russia. He's.
No, I meant he still lives there, or
no? He came here. He
immigrated to the States.
Yes, he's now a faculty member at. It's either Kansas or Arkansas. And, you know, I wish, I mean, I don't know whether it's because I don't know if it's because of his modesty or because there wasn't enough money in the position, but they gave him this really small studio with 2 grand pianos in it. He does master classes. Oh, the university sanctioned a national piano competition after him. So there is a Valery Kuleshov piano competition. Let's see, anything else? Since then, he has came out with 2 CDs. One is an homage to Horowitz, where he does all these Horowitz compositions. There's an etude. There's that the one that you played, or you used as a theme to
the polka.
Yeah, sort of the polka thing.
Yeah, that was a song that his dad loved.
Yes, or some foxtrot.
Polka, the WR.
Yeah. But anyways, that one, and let's see, there's an etude fantasy in it. There's and there's a Carmen variations in it. He put it in there, but he put in a few touches of his own. They're quite unique.
Do you get the mailings from the thing called Piano Rare Scores?
Piano Rare Scores.
PianoRareScores.com.
Yeah, I do get.
I get it, and I purchased some things from them.
Yeah.
They have Horowitz's complete compositions in it. There's lots of stuff in PianoRareScores.com. I'll put it up on the screen. I get email announcements occasionally from about new things that they've done or they've expanded more stuff. But it's really cool because what you're buying, it's like IMSLP. You know, you're not actually buying hard books or anything. IMSLP, you can actually download for free stuff that's copyright free or available in your country where you get it. I pay, I forget what is it now, is it $24 a year for a subscription, which means you can get, because they limit how much you can download if you don't have a subscription, but it's really good. It's an amazing life. But Piano Rare Scores is more or less the same thing. They charge different amounts for different things, and I think it's really based upon the rarity of the material, and to some extent, I think how hard it was to get it, to find it and get it. But then you just pay your money, and they give you send you an email with the download thing, and you download all the digital copies of it. Wow. There's a lot of stuff in the Horowitz list.
I'm sure there was.
Because you know his goal, he was an upper-class Jewish, from an upper-class Jewish family in Kiev. He wanted to be a composer.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, in a certain way, the same thing happened to Sergei Rachmaninoff because of the Bolshevik Revolution, the changes in Russia. which of course devastated the aristocratic class,
Oh, yeah.
or the wealthy, well-to-do people, upper middle class anyway. Rachmaninoff was older, of course, by a good 25 years at least.
Yeah.
He had already been successful as a conductor and a composer.
Yeah.
He was conducting in St. Petersburg, the orchestra and the ballet and things like that. But then he had to leave because, well, they both did, because they're Jewish.
Yeah.
And they were landed gentry kind of people.
Yeah.
And Rachmaninoff went initially to Switzerland, and then he, got his fingers out and started playing again, and proved to be one of the most extraordinary pianists in history. I mean, everybody just thought nobody.
He was a god.
Just a god. And Horowitz, in his own home in New York, had 3 portraits of pianists on his wall in his music room. One was Paderewski.
Yeah.
One was Joseph Hoffman, and the third one was Sergei Rachmaninoff.
Yeah.
And then Horowitz traveled within the Soviet Union as a concert artist for a period of time. But then, as a trio, they were sent by the government to the West, initially to Berlin. And they'd all planned not to go back.
Yeah.
They'd hidden money in their shoes or where they could. Paderewski, the cellist, was the first one to make it big.
Yeah.
He came and played as a big, tall, wonderful man, great heart and everything.
Yeah.
The
Russian bear.
Instantly, the Berlin Philharmonic approached him, and he became the principal cellist of Berlin Philharmonic, like that, just showing up. And that's a big deal at that time.
Yes, it is.
And then Horowitz went to Paris and made a big splash there. He played in Hamburg as well, but it was where he bumped into Rubinstein and people like that. And Rubinstein said Horowitz made us all go back to the piano and practice all over again. And then Nathan Milstein was the violinist, and he settled all of it in London. I didn't realize, but we talked about him in the previous show, but he did do a lot of playing in America, and was teaching and doing some stuff here, but he's fundamentally based in London. That's where he liked it and stuff. And the first time I ever heard him, I got a recording of the solo sonatas and partitas for violin.
Yeah.
I think it's considered was his second collection of recording those works on I think it's a Philips LP box.
Yeah.
It's still one of my favorite things I've ever listened to or heard or owned. Is those 3 records? I think it's 3 records. So there's a partita on one side and a sonata on the other. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
And it's extraordinary playing. I mean, Heifetz was extraordinary, but in a way, I don't mean this against him, because the guy played so much and recorded so much wonderful stuff. But some of Heifetz, there's that little part where, and one might say even with Horowitz, when they play, they know that they're that good.
Yeah, there's a confidence.
And you can feel that somehow in their music making.
Yeah.
Like, I'm bigger than,
Yeah.
You don't get that with Milstein. It's just profoundly great play.
Yeah.
Really amazing playing. And just thoroughly musical.
Yeah.
And passionate and fabulously done, but it doesn't feel like it's full of tricks or something, or like, look at what I can do.
Yeah.
I didn't get that with this playing. But anyway, those are the guys that came out together. I got off on a track.
No, that's okay. So, encores.
Encores.
What have you done?
Me?
Yeah.
Lordy. Maiden's Wish.
Maiden's Wish.
My Joys.
My Joys.
Those are both Liszt Chopin transcriptions. Chopin Liszt transcriptions.
Chopin Liszt, yeah.
Widmung Chopin, or Schumann Liszt.
Yeah.
I played the Maiden and the Nightingale
There you go.
different times. It's a little hard to remember. I played, Moskowski. The D flat etude. I don't remember. It doesn't have a name, I don't think, but it's from Opus 15.
Yeah, Borkiewicz.
Borkiewicz. Not Moskowski.
Yeah.
The Borkiewicz, yeah.
It's
I
from the
love
15.
Serge Borkiewicz is great stuff.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of great stuff, and I have a bunch of his music. Plus, of course, everything else is an IMSLP.
Yeah.
But I found some books when I was in Eastern Europe, and I bought them from a little music store.
Oh, yeah?
Really cheap.
What did you get?
You
said
different
a bunch.
different opus numbers of his.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to
Including the Opus 15.
we'll have to share sometime.
Yeah. I played some Debussy sometimes. What's it called? A valse?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's like old valse, but valse antique or something like that.
No, it's Lant something.
No, not Le Poucolon.
Not
No,
Le
no,
Poucolon.
no, that's what I played.
Oh, okay.
No, it's actually a
Valse Romantique.
Valse Romantique, yeah. I played that at times. Oh, and I just thought about it, but it skipped my head. Oh, the Paderewski Nocturne.
Oh, that's a pretty
in B
one.
flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That's pretty. Oh, I don't know. It sometimes depended on who I was playing. I played Rachmaninoff, the G sharp minor prelude, the short one.
Yeah.
From Opus
32.
number 12.
Yeah.
Things like that, I guess. How about you?
Me? Let's see. Liebestraum number 3. Fantasy Impromptu. Waltz in C sharp minor, Chopin. Let's see. There's a Prelude and Concert Allegro by Clementi I play.
Ooh.
Actually, well, let me make that specific. It's from his book, The Art of Piano Playing.
Mm-hmm.
And the Prelude is by him. But the Concert Allegro is by an unknown author.
Mm.
So, and it just seemed fitting that the two work so well together. You know, Clementi's Prelude, which is an E minor, and then the Concert Allegro, which is also an E minor.
Mm.
So, that I play. And, you know, I've been writing transcriptions and composing for at least 30 years now.
Yeah.
So I throw in, you know, early one morning once in a
Beautiful
while.
Dreamer.
Beautiful Dreamer. I throw in the Chardash by Monty once in a while, if my fingers can handle it. Let's see. Be Our Guest used to be the big one. Be Our Guest from Walt Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
I know one that I used to play.
What?
Tenderly. The one that Liberace would play. Da 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 da. But I actually did have Liberace's version.
Oh, you do?
Even more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I played that actually as an encore in Bayreuth.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they know
because
it?
I played.
Did they know it?
Well, they knew the song. They were surprised by it too. Steingraber loved it because the concert had been that collection of 3 French composers' dedication to Haydn on his birthday.
Yeah.
Dukas, Ravel, and Debussy. I played those. And then the 3 big late works of Schubert, the, what do they call it? The Drei Klavierstücke, very late, but big pieces. God, the second one goes on forever. It's beautiful. Then I played some Godowsky transcriptions. Transcriptions. I don't remember the whole program, but stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, it was a big concert, and you know, especially the Godowsky stuff, you know, near the end. I loved playing it. It was a lot of fun and everything. Yeah. But then I just came out and I said, how about something totally different? and it starts with a da-da-da-dee, like almost like the beginning of Minute Waltz with the drum. And ba-da-da-dee. And several people in the audience laughed when I started to play.
See, a sense of humor.
That was
Now, of
nice.
course, you have also a sense of humor.
And it was to counterbalance because it was a weighty program, but it was my Bayreuth debut, and I wanted to do something. Richard Wagner's telling you it was worth it and everything, but I finished with Tenderly.
Wow. It's interesting you did that. I also attended a while back piano recital by Jean-Yves Thibaudet,
Ooh,
French pianist. The first half was the Book 2 Preludes of Debussy.
wow.
And then it was time for the intermission. He came back and he opened the second half with Messiaen's Big Regard de...
Oh, crap.
I know.
Wow.
With
That's
just
some
a couple,
heavy stuff.
yeah, with some it was 2 or 3 pieces from that collection. And then he did, let's see, he closed the program with the Liebestodt, Wagner Liszt transcription.
Wow.
And so, and it's interesting, he takes his bows, comes back and decides to do some few encores. And so what does he do? He stands there, center stage. He says, now I'm going to play some Duke Ellington. He goes out like that. He sits down, everybody laughs, and so he starts playing some Duke Ellington, which is he released a whole CD of Duke Ellington tunes.
Who's the Icelandic pianist who's so famous? He was playing duet piano with the usual way.
Oh, Vikinger Olafsson.
Viking Olafsson, and it was Philip Class A tunes.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
I did.
I'm sure we did this on the show.
Yeah.
I bought his book.
Yeah, the class.
And I started to work at it, especially that one.
Yeah.
I thought that was a lovely piece. I actually thought about learning that as an encore. Maybe not so much other companies. Maybe so, maybe a few of them. But I did remember one more. I haven't played it for years, but I used to play it a lot.
What?
Malagueña.
Oh, Malagueña, yeah! That's a good one. Malagueña by Ernesto Lecuona.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was fun.
that usually...
That's one of those pieces that's way more impressive than it is hard to play. It's not that hard to play, but it gives the impression of being, really...
Yeah.
Which is nice sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you don't have to leave blood on the keys.
Yeah, no
but
kidding.
Still impress the audience. One might say, do a little shredding, but not yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Velodos did an arrangement of it now. He's got one. but believe me, it's.
Another one that I did occasionally, and I know some other pianists did this, which kind of gave me the approval. I thought to do it. The little F minor. What do they call Mono music hall?
Yeah.
Of Schubert.
Yeah.
Boom, tick, boom, tick, boom, tick, boom, tick. Yep.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Well, it's nearly 2 hours.
Yeah.
So folks, I hope you enjoyed our show today. We jumped around a lot of things. I hope you particularly liked our first part about Vincent Price and recalling our past memories concerning our fond memories of Vincent Price.
I don't know if we would ever get that boy on our show, usually.
Who, Vincent Price?
Well, because he didn't really have anything to do with the music or the piano, per se.
Yeah.
So that's our contribution to Mr. Price.
Yes, absolutely. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy our company, if you enjoy our topics. Join us on Facebook as well. Come back again. Find out what we've been reading, what we've been listening to, and what we've been reading, what we've been playing. Come back for more. Oh, that's the name of the segment. Coming back for more.
Yeah, I gotta find something else. I'm gonna find some really sleazy.
Oh God! Oh well, folks, we are.
I'm Mark.
Mark. I'm Elmer, and we are Mark
And Elmer's PSI Piano Scene Investigation. Say bye-bye.
Bye, Tia. Bye, Grandma. Everybody.